Good afternoon. Today we have organized a webinar on No Tobacco Day. So 31st of May is celebrated worldwide as a No Tobacco Day, but actually the goal is make every day World No Tobacco Day. Objectives of celebration of any public health day is to create the awareness, to impart the relevant health education, and it will help for as advocacy for policy making. So we have, and this can be celebrated by organizing various seminar, by organizing poster competition, essay competition, or rallies. So because of current COVID pandemic, seminar or webinar is the best option. And that's why we have organized this webinar on No Tobacco Day. And the goal is to make every day as a World No Tobacco Day, to create the awareness about health problems which occur because of tobacco use, to impart relevant health education about health hazards of tobacco. So we have organized the lecture series about tobacco problems. So there are more than 1.3 billion smokers in the world, and out of them, 80% of the smokers live in low and middle income countries, and India is one of them. Worldwide, 19% of adults are current smokers. Among them, 33% are men and 6% women are smokers. It's an alarming fact that globally 24 million adolescents smoke and 13 million use smokeless tobacco products. So it's a quite big figure. Tobacco kills up to half of its users. Tobacco kills more than 8 million people each year, and more than 7 million of these deaths as a result of direct tobacco use, while 1.2 million deaths occur as a result of passive smoking. 30% cancer deaths are due to tobacco-related cancers. The problem statement in India. In India, tobacco consumption is 48% among males and 20% among females. 34.6% adults are smokers. 29.5% adults use smokeless tobacco. And in India, tobacco-related cancers account for 27% of total cancer burden in India in 2020, as estimated by the study conducted by Indian Council of Medical Research. Available estimates reveal that tobacco attributable deaths in India account about 12,080,000 deaths per year, and approximately there are 3,500 deaths per day because of tobacco-related causes. There is one tobacco-related death occurring every 8 seconds in India, and as per one survey, the percentage of tobacco consumption in 15 to 17 years age group is 4%, and daily around 5,500 youngsters start tobacco consumption. So the problem is increasing among youth also. 56.4% cancers in men and 44.9% cancers in women are because of the tobacco in India. India has the largest number of oral cancer cases in the world because tobacco chewing is the most prevalent tobacco use in India. Tobacco and Indian economy. We have heard so many times that we gain revenue from excise taxes on tobacco products, but for every 100 rupees received as excise tax from tobacco products, Indian economy loses 816 rupees. Means more than 7 times loss is there as compared to the gain due to tobacco. One World Health Organization study estimated that the economic burden of diseases and premature deaths attributable to tobacco use in India account more than 1% of India's GDP. The direct health expenditure on treating tobacco-related diseases alone accounts for 5.3% of total public and private health spending in India in a year. As per Global Adult Tobacco Survey, nearly 267 million adults in India are using tobacco. India is the second largest country producing and consuming tobacco. A variety of tobacco products are available at very low prices in India. The most prevalent form of tobacco use in India is smokeless tobacco, and commonly used products are khaini, gutka, betel quid with tobacco, and jarda. Smoking forms of tobacco used are bidi, cigarettes, and hookah. Smoking is by way of bidis. It is a tobacco hand-rolled and wrapped in dried leaves of specific trees, and cigarettes. But as per the current survey, the use of bidis is reducing and more use of cigarette smoking is there. Smokeless tobacco use consists of khainie or chewing pan, which is a mixture of lime, areca nut pieces, tobacco, and spices wrapped in bitter leaf, or in the form of gutka or pan masala, which is a powder mixture of scented tobacco, lime, and areca nut. And mishri, which is a quite prevalent form of tobacco used in females in India. It's a sort of toothpaste used for rubbing on gums, and majority of females tobacco users use this mishri, especially in rural area. It has been documented that tobacco use in any form can result in serious health consequences. So these are the photos of various tobacco products used in India: pan masala, hookah, cigarettes, and bidis. Now, it may be a thought in your mind, what is my role in tobacco control? So every individual has a role in control of tobacco problem. You can stay away from tobacco products, or you can motivate or counsel your friends, relatives, children, so that they will stay away from tobacco. You can actively participate in tobacco awareness campaigns. Try to stop the person who is smoking in public places, because passive smoking is equally dangerous. You can help tobacco addicts for de-addiction. Now, take-home messages. Tobacco consumption in any form is hazardous for health. It causes premature death, cancer, lung, and heart disease. My colleague, Professor Dr. Dr. Shukla will elaborate the health hazards of tobacco in his lecture. Tobacco smoke causes economic loss and environmental hazards. Smoking in public places is punishable offense. Passive smoking is equally dangerous. Say no to tobacco, and let's make India tobacco free. So don't let tobacco take your breath away. Choose health, not tobacco. Thank you. Now I will call upon Dr. Shukla to deliver his lecture.
Ma'am. Good afternoon to all the listeners. Ma'am has given an elaborate view of the problem of tobacco use in India. Now, I shall be talking about the health hazards of tobacco. Now, tobacco use is the single largest cause of preventable death all over the world. Now, health effects of tobacco depends on various factors. As is common with any other disease, there are three factors which play a role in the causation of the disease and its progress, and these are agent, host, and environment. And the interaction between these three factors result in the causation of disease, its advancement, and the outcome. So here, as we know, the agent is tobacco, and there can be two types of consumption of tobacco. One is by smoking and second is smokeless. As far as the host factors are concerned, age, sex, type of use, then tobacco amount and frequency of smoking, duration of smoking, and physiological conditions of the individual like pregnancy, etc. They all play a role in the causation of health hazard due to tobacco or tobacco products. Then environmental factors also play a role, whether the person is sitting in a room where ventilation is not proper, when he is whether he is having already some problem of his own which is enhanced by the presence of smoke, whether the smoky water, atmosphere is already there. So these are various environmental factors which play a role. So these are various forms like smoking, sniffing, chewing, dipping, etc. So these are common forms of the consumption of smoking. Basically, if we see, we can divide the use of tobacco to two broad groups. One is smoking tobacco and other is smokeless tobacco. Now, smoking tobacco use in India, as Dr. Shubha ma'am has already told you, that smoke forms of tobacco use are bidi, cigarette, cigar, chirut, chutta, dum tea, pipe, hookless, chillum, and hookahs. These are various types of products and means of smoking. So in these all forms, the smoking tobacco is used in India. Now, smokeless tobacco, as far as smokeless tobacco is concerned, is known as spit tobacco, chew, sniff, and dip, is a form of tobacco that has become popular, especially with athletes. Chewing on an average size piece of chewing tobacco for 30 minutes can deliver as much nicotine as smoking 3 cigarettes. Smokeless forms of tobacco used in India are by pan or betel quid with tobacco, pan masala with tobacco, then tobacco, areca nuts, and slacked lime preparations are there. Various popular names are Manpuri tobacco, Mawa, Khani, chewing tobacco, snuff, and gutkha. Then there are tobacco products for application like nicotine patch, Mishri, Gul, Bazar, Lal Dantmanjan, Gutkha, creamy snuff, tobacco water, nicotine, and chewing gum. These all products are harmful and result in harmful effects of tobacco. Children who are engaged in tobacco-related work are especially vulnerable to green tobacco disease, sickness or green tobacco disease, which is caused by the continuous absorption of nicotine through the skin from the handling of wet tobacco leaves. Smoking. In smoking, the smoke itself is a deadly mixture. The cigarette burns at 900 degrees centigrade to 1000 degrees centigrade. Cigarette smoke contains over 4,000 chemicals and 69 of these are known to cause cancer. Even if you don't smoke, you can still get sick from these poisonous chemicals just by breathing in other people's smoke. The smoke contains tar, a black sticky substance that contains many poisonous chemicals such as ammonia, which is found in floor and window cleaners, then toluene, which is found in industrial solvent, and acetone, found in paint, stripper, and nail polish remover, and of course, nicotine, the addictive drug of tobacco. Then there are carbon monoxide, a poisonous gas that reduces the amount of oxygen taken up by a person's red blood cells. Then hydrogen cyanide is also there. This the poisonous use. This is the poisonous gas used in gas chambers during World War II. Then metals are also there, including lead, nickel, arsenic, that is white ant poison, and cadmium, which is used in car batteries. Then pesticides such as methoprin found in flea powder, other chemicals such as benzene found in petrol, and naphthalene found in mothballs are also in tobacco smoke. And it even includes radioactive polonium 210, These chemicals are absorbed into the blood, reaches every organ system in the body, and are cancer causing, mutagenic, and tumor causing. Now the question is, are some cigarettes better? No. No such thing as a safe cigarette. Light, low tar cigarettes are deceptive. These are manipulations by makers. So there is nothing like safe cigarette or this cigarette harms less, nothing like that. Now the diseases caused by tobacco use are cancer, mouth, lip, tongue, gums, palate, larynx, lung, pancreas, kidneys, and cervix. Then COPD, that is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is emphysema and bronchitis, etc. Then stroke, that is bleeding in the brain. Then heart attack and heart diseases, narrowing and clogging of arteries, peptic ulcer, that is stomach bleeding. Then respiratory infections and compromise like the cough, wheezing, etc. Gum diseases and tooth loss, low birth weight and SIDS, asthma, ear infections, compromised sexual performance, greater susceptibility to TB, cataract, age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of blindness in older people, then hearing loss and incontinence. Smoking decreases the blood supply to your brain, constricting the blood vessels and cause atherosclerosis. Smoking and chewing tobacco are the main cause of cancers of tongue, salivary glands, mouth, pharynx, and for brown teeth. Cancer of the cheek with erosion of tissue may occur, and this may give you this picture, which is very odd, but this is the case which is resulted by the use of tobacco in the form of chewing. Smokers are 10 times as likely to get lung cancer and emphysema as non-smokers. So it increases the risk of the cancer and emphysema 10 times. Nicotine causes the blood clots and development of plaque, which results in risk of heart attack. Esophageal cancer in esophagus happens due to smoking. Tobacco smoking or chewing accelerates the process of stomach cancer. You can see these pictures of stomach cancer. Then kidney cancer is more common and aggressive among tobacco users. Now, poor blood circulation damages the blood vessels and leads to death of body tissue, which increases risk of gangrene. It also results in osteoporosis. The tobacco smokers suffer more fractures due to high rate of osteoporosis, that is decreased bone density. Here you can see this is the normal bone structure, and this is the porous bones which has resulted due to smoking, and becoming more porous, they become more fragile, and the person gets fractures very easily. Then effect on male fertility and erectile dysfunction is also there. Smoking can harm a man's sexuality and fertility. Erectile dysfunction because it decreases the amount of blood flowing into the penis, then impairs sperm motility, reduce sperm lifespan, and may cause genetic changes that can affect a man's offspring. Women who smoke during pregnancy are more likely to have low birth weight baby and premature baby. An ectopic pregnancy is also very common in smoking ladies. Then spontaneous abortion and miscarriage may happen. Vaginal bleeding may occur, and placental abruption, that is placenta peeling away partially or almost completely from the uterine wall before delivery may occur, and this is called placental abruption. A stillbirth can result from many of these causes. Now, what is second-hand smoking? Second-hand smoking means the other person is smoking and that smoke is being inhaled by someone else. So second-hand smoking is the smoke that fills restaurant, offices, or other enclosed spaces when people burn tobacco products such as cigarette, BDs, and water pipe. There are more than 4,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke, of which at least 250 are known to be harmful and more than 50 are known to cause cancer. There is no safe level of exposure to second-hand tobacco smoke. In adults, second-hand smoke causes serious cardiovascular and respiratory diseases, including coronary heart disease and lung cancer. In infants, it causes sudden death. In pregnant women, it causes low birth weight. Almost half of children regularly breathe air polluted by tobacco smoke in public places. Over 40% of children have at least one smoking parent. Second-hand smoke causes more than 6 lakh premature deaths per year. In 2004, children accounted for 28% of the deaths attributed to second-hand smoke. Every person should be able to breathe tobacco smoke-free air. Smoke-free laws protect the health of non-smokers, are popular, do not harm business, and encourage smokers to quit. Over 1 billion people, or 16% of the world's population, are protected by comprehensive national smoke-free laws. So, in a nutshell, passive smoking causes lung cancer, increases the risk of lung cancer by 20 to 30%. It increases the risk of asthma by 40 to 60%, stroke by 80%, and risk of heart disease by 25 to 35%. So, smoke of tobacco, whether it is smoked directly by the person, that is the first-hand smoke, or he is living in an atmosphere where smoke is spread due to the smoking habit of other persons, is equally harmful and is a cause of number of diseases. So it is always better to stop the smoking immediately, and it should be not be allowed in public places and in open especially to the children and pregnant ladies. So what are the measures by which we can control the smoking harms will be discussed by my successful speaker, Professor Assistant Professor Amrit Swami sir, and he will be addressing you now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Shukla sir. After knowing about the hazards of tobacco and the problem statement of tobacco from Dr. Shukla sir and Dr. Avchat ma'am, HOD ma'am, now here I am to discuss the prevention of tobacco use. Tobacco is a global epidemic. Okay, all over the world we are observing many mortality, morbidity, many disability daily is lost because of the tobacco. So prevention and control of tobacco can be discussed in various levels, where the primordial prevention, as we teach our students in the classes, is nothing but the regular Hindi saying goes, "Na rahega baas, na baje ki basuri." If there is no tobacco product available throughout the world, available in the country, there will not be any preventive measure required against the use of tobacco, or required against the hazards of tobacco, or we will not have to spend billions of dollars, billions of rupees on treatment of tobacco related diseases. So the best prevention method for tobacco is to eliminate all forms of tobacco, all products of tobacco from the world and from the India or from the all the nations. Okay. So as Dr. Avsat ma'am has already discussed that when we are getting 100 rupees from the revenues generated from tobacco use, we are actually spending 800 rupees to cover the losses to the lives, cover the losses, cover the diseases which are causing by the tobacco itself. If a person is spending 10 rupees per day for gutka or chewing tobacco, or around 100 rupees per day for 5 cigarettes, to smoke 5 cigarettes in the day, that amounts to around 3,650 rupees for the gutka or tobacco chewer, or 36,500 rupees per year for the cigarette smoker. Okay. And the same amount of money, if diverted for the health and education for under 5 children, or for health and education and nutrition for the family, will give much benefit rather than just a few minutes pleasure for that person, for that earning member. The primary prevention can be discussed in the forms of health education and specific protection which can be given. The health education should start as early as the school days, when the children, they are following their adults, when the children, they have their role models in the form of heroes, or role models in the form of their teachers or their parents. When the parent themselves, or even the teachers of the school and colleges themselves, or even in the cinemas or in the web series or in the TV serials, they are showing that hero is smoking the cigarette, or hero or heroine, they are using any tobacco products or smoking the hookah, or when they are observing their parents or their teachers that they are smoking in the breaks, they are chewing tobacco, they are applying mishri, that imparts somewhere that this is a part of life, this is normal, and we also can do that. So this form of education, the health education, should start right from the family itself. They should be given, they should be shown the importance of avoiding the tobacco and related products. And if someone is smoking in front of them, they should raise a voice against it, because not even active smoking but also the passive smoking is dangerous. The specific protection for these children can be done by avoiding selling of tobacco or cigarettes in around 100 meters of schools or colleges or teaching institutions. The secondary and tertiary prevention can be done by early diagnosis and treatment of tobacco related health issues, and also illegal tobacco trades and illegal factories and products which are available throughout the district or throughout the city. The gutka, which is banned in most of the states, still is being sold in many of the states like Maharashtra illegally. This should be addressed as quickly as possible, and instead of catching the people who are selling the gutka and pan masala, the authorities should catch those who are preparing or those who are manufacturing these gutkas and pan masalas. The prevention levels can be discussed in the form of individual and family level, village, city level, district and state level, and national and international level, where at individual level, if someone requires motivation to avoid tobacco and smoking and using of tobacco products and smoking causes erectile dysfunction and infertility. What greater motivation can be there for males, for reproductively active males, to avoid the tobacco and related products? At family level, motivation should be given by the parents to the children to avoid tobacco and related products and use of these tobacco related products, because these children, they take the example of their parents and they take the example of their elders in the family. The elders should 100% not use the tobacco products, or they should not ask children to hand over them their tobacco products if at all they are habituated to using them once in a while, which is better if avoided at 100%. At village and city level, schools and colleges and public space places, they should follow strict guidelines for smoking or for usage of tobacco products. As we observe that every government institution, every government building, in the corners of the walls, we can see wherever the notice is there that spitting is prohibited here, you will find fountains of gutkas and pan masalas and tobacco spits over there. So this is really shameful for us all as citizens, because wherever it is to be avoided, we are doing the same. At village and city level, non-governmental organizations and the people and the residents should come together to avoid usage of tobacco and selling of tobacco and illegal selling of tobacco and tobacco products. At district and state level, the illegal factories and illegal distribution of tobacco products should be prohibited as meticulously as possible. The decentralization approach should be taken at district level, at state level, where in a well-performing state, certain districts, they have high concentration of tobacco-related diseases or high usage of tobacco. Then instead of giving the whole importance all over the districts, of that state, that those particular districts of low performance can be identified and decentralized approach can be done at those districts. At national level, legislations should be made very strong. The assembly members, they should come together, find out the problems and discuss and form and reform the laws which are already there. The Cigarette and Other Tobacco Products Act of 2003 has got provisions for no advertisement of tobacco products, for prohibition of selling of tobacco products near by educational systems and educational places around 100 meter near, prohibition of use of tobacco products and smoking in public places, and no selling of tobacco products to children less than 18 years of age and adolescents less than 18 years of age. 80% of the covers of the tobacco products, the gutka, the cigarettes, BDs, and the tobacco should be that cover should include warning against the usage of tobacco products. They should show photographs of cancer patients or the causes of tobacco. At international level, collaboration between the World Health Organization, UNICEF, and other non-government agencies and other collaborative agencies should be there for collaborative approach for ruling out and for eliminating the tobacco usage among the population. So this is how the exclusive approach from the individual and family level till national and international level should be done to prevent and control the tobacco usage. And that's all regarding today's webinar. Every day should be followed as No Tobacco Day, and all people, they should be encouraged not to start the use of tobacco, and if they are habituated to the tobacco, they should be brought back to the normalcy by de-addiction and by focusing on their motivation and focusing for them to leave usage of tobacco. So that's all. Thank you very much. I take this occasion to thank our respected Secretary General, Lieutenant General Dr. B. Sadananda sir, our respected Deputy Director Dr. Abhijit Dute sir for inspiring us. I thank our Dean, respected Dr. Sunil Nathamaske sir for constantly inspiring us to conduct such sessions and such webinars. I thank Head of the Department, Dr. Shubhada Outsat ma'am and Dr. Shukla sir for their nice presentations. And I thank all the people who are related in conducting and making this webinar success. I conclude that this webinar is over. Thank you very much, all the listeners. Thank you.